A housing bubble is a situation where the prices of houses are much higher than their fundamental value, usually driven by speculation, demand, and easy credit. A housing bubble can burst when the demand falls or the supply increases, leading to a sharp drop in prices and a loss of wealth for homeowners. South Florida is experiencing a housing bubble because of several factors. First, there is a high demand for housing in the region, especially from people who moved from other states during the pandemic. According to Realtor.com, Florida's population is growing faster than any state but Texas. Between 2020 and 2021, 300,000 people moved to the Sunshine State. Many of them are attracted by the warm weather, low taxes, and lifestyle of South Florida. Second, there is a low supply of housing in the region, partly due to the lack of new construction and partly due to the low inventory of existing homes for sale. According to Wharton, one of the biggest drivers of higher home values in South Florida is lack of inventory. Many homeowners are reluctant to sell their homes because they have low mortgage payments, or they don't have anywhere else to go. As a result, the number of homes for sale in South Florida is at a historic low. Third, there is easy credit available for home buyers, thanks to the low interest rates and government stimulus programs. Low interest rates make borrowing cheaper and increase the purchasing power of buyers. Government stimulus programs such as forbearance and moratoriums have helped many homeowners avoid foreclosure and stay in their homes. These factors have also contributed to the rise in home prices. The combination of high demand, low supply, and easy credit has created a situation where home prices in South Florida are far above their fundamental value. According to Realtor.com, Miami is America's least affordable place to live. Average monthly rents in the metro area, at $2,930, are on par with San Francisco and Los Angeles, and double the level considered affordable for people in the region given local incomes. Miami's typical rent takes up a whopping 60% of a household's typical income. That figure is 45% in Tampa and 37% in Orlando. Housing policy experts consider rents affordable at no more than 30% of pre-tax income. Real estate experts say they consider the trend a bubble that probably won't last. They warn that the market could face a slowdown or a correction if the demand falls or the supply increases. For example, if interest rates rise, borrowing could become more expensive and reduce the demand for housing. If more homeowners decide to sell their homes or more new units are built, the supply could increase and lower the prices. If inflation continues to rise, wages and incomes could lag behind the cost of living and make housing less affordable. In conclusion, a housing bubble is a situation where home prices are much higher than their fundamental value. South Florida is experiencing a housing bubble because of high demand, low supply, and easy credit. However, this bubble could burst if the market conditions change and cause a drop in prices. Rail stations are not only a way to get from one place to another, but also a way to improve the quality of life in South Florida. In this section, we will discuss the benefits of rail stations for reducing traffic congestion, improving mobility, and connecting people to jobs and services in South Florida. One of the main benefits of rail stations is that they can reduce traffic congestion on the roads. According to the Texas A&M Transportation Institute, South Florida drivers wasted an average of 62 hours and $1,090 in fuel and lost productivity due to traffic delays, and traffic congestion also contributes to air pollution, greenhouse gas emissions, and road accidents. By providing an alternative mode of transportation that is faster, cheaper, and safer than driving, rail stations can help ease the traffic burden and improve the environment. Another benefit of rail stations is that they can improve mobility and accessibility for people who live and work in South Florida. Rail stations can connect different areas of the region, such as Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Boca Raton, West Palm Beach, and Orlando, with frequent and reliable service. Rail stations can also serve as hubs for other modes of transportation, such as buses, taxis, bicycles, and scooters, making it easier for people to reach their destinations. Rail stations can also enhance social equity by providing affordable and convenient transportation options for low-income, elderly, disabled, and minority populations who may face barriers to car ownership or driving. A third benefit of rail stations is that they can connect people to jobs and services in South Florida. Rail stations can increase the access to employment opportunities for workers who can commute to different cities or regions without having to relocate or drive long distances. Rail stations can also increase the access to education, health care, entertainment, and tourism for residents and visitors who can travel to different schools, hospitals, museums, parks, and attractions without having to worry about parking or traffic. Rail stations can also stimulate economic development and growth by attracting businesses, investors, and customers who value proximity to transit. In conclusion, rail stations are more than just a means of transportation. They are a means of improving the quality of life in South Florida by reducing traffic congestion, improving mobility and accessibility, and connecting people to jobs and services. By investing in rail stations, South Florida can become a more livable, sustainable, and prosperous region.